Hi everyone, welcome back. Welcome to another weekly episode, another weekly offering of the Interconnected-ness, a weekly oracle series. I am TheeMemoryAstrologer, and this weekly message is for August 22nd through August 28th, 2022. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Thumb up this message. Send and share this message. People who make you feel good. People who continue to allow you to grow and develop and mold yourself into the individual that you are supposed to be, the individual that you are growing and stepping into. Please share with those groups, organizations, and people that you uplift, that you nourish, that you nurture the same way they nurture and nourish you. Please remember to also turn on your ringer so that I can hear, so that you can hear when the videos are being dropped. All right, you all. Please remember to read the full moon notes on the Playful platform or Patreon over on the TheeMemoryAstrologer side. Remember, the upcoming new moon notes are about to be dropped, so come on over and make sure you read them. I hope that you all had a fabulous week so far. I hope that you all feel good. And if you all would like to send a love offering, like to send tips, the Linktree link is in the description box below. Click the link and scroll all the way to the bottom where you see send love offering, send tips. Click there. If you would like to watch any of the previous videos for the Interconnected-ness, a playlist has been made and it is in the description box below. And remember, the link to the Patreon, the Playful platform or Patreon, is also in the link below. All right, you all, please remember to also do your 3 deep breaths. In from your nose. Hold in for 2 seconds and slowly exhale out your mouth. To be open, to be ready, and to be, aware of this weekly message. So I'm doing something totally different. I'm not using playing cards. I'm actually going to bust out the old oracles. This week, I kind of wanted to talk about it's giving me awesome powers, the rekindling, the refining of mojos, period. You feel me? Because when you do that, that's an individualized path. You rekindle your fire. You refine what you are desiring, whether that is educationally, whether that is being social, whether that is, literal facts, truths, books, learning, thinking, pondering, daydreaming, any of those things. Period. But know that, for you to be able to do that, you've had to come to an understanding of where you currently are. You have to come to an understanding of, how far you came, you feel me, all your maturity. And that a lot of time takes a lot of authoritative, you feel me? Because, you standing in your power like, oh yeah, I made the mistakes. Oh yeah, I did that, you feel me? But oh yeah, I also, you feel me, succeeded in that. You feel me? I overcame that, you feel me? And right now we find ourselves, or when we are finding, in the process of finding ourselves, let's be mindful of how we are expressing ourselves, how we're moving, how we're treating people. Let's use the previous messages and knowledge and resources that we had. And let's be resourceful of that. Let's be open to that. You're right, I do need to do that. Thank you. Hello. I just saw okay, you have not cut. Okay. Yep. There we go. When we have those salts, because I'm saying all these things because I see clubs in my head. When we see all these facets, nurture yourself. Be compassionate to yourself, but as well as to other people, because just as you are understanding and growing your awareness to yourself, other people are doing the same, and probably not as quickly, and probably not, in the processes that we are. So sometimes we can have fixed mindsets. Sometimes we can be very logical and be very analytic. A little selfish too. But, make sure that we're filling our own cups. What does that look like? You get the previous resources. What is the message of the week for August 27th? All right, I'm looking here. Ooh, refrain. Period. 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 Reframe is using things and situations and ideals and relationships. And it's like, not re-gifting them, but re-understanding them from a different perspective. That's taking our perspectives and integrating it, using them for our benefit, so we can see the blessing. So we can see the blessings. My goodness, blessing for me. Once we see the first blessing, we start seeing the other ones. But it's really about our mindset. The card came out again. Okay, y'all really wanted the card to come out. That's really, you feel me, reshaping our mindsets. Seeing things from both perspectives. And when I think, wow, get out of here. When I think about this, I'm really thinking about this week, we have to be grounded in who we are. We have to be grounded in our purpose, or maybe grounded in our decision makings. Grounded in really what we're seeing. So maybe there are a lot of things going on in the background, maybe in our mind. And it's asking us, how can we be calmer? How can we be more open to see really things from more than one perspective? And a lot of times that's taking a step back from currently where we are. How can we take a step back? You feel me? Maybe taking a step back means putting something down and coming back in a couple of minutes. Taking a step back, taking a break doesn't always mean, you have to stop and never come back. It means maybe we need to see it in a different light. You feel me? We're doing all this work at nighttime, but we actually need to see the sunlight to see where this and that and this and that goes. But actually, maybe we need to take a break mentally so we can stop focusing in on one perspective and see the whole picture. Reframe says, this is happening for me, not to me. So yellow, I'm thinking really solar plexus, that self-confidence, that self-assertion. What does that look like? How can we be more nurturing of that, of ourselves, of our individuality, of our needs, of our desires, of our connections, of our wants to grow and to attain more knowledge, whether that is spiritual knowledge, whether that is, history about yourself, more awareness about yourself, more connections. Be open to seeing the yellow butterflies, the yellow gifts, maybe incorporating more yellow into our lives. Look at this. I had on yellow. I had a daydream. And I said, you know what, you need to wear yellow. And I was like, girl, I don't got no yellow. And I had on yellow, so maybe we need to be incorporating more yellows into our body. Maybe that means incorporating more sunlight, incorporating groundedness outside, maybe reading. But whatever this is, it's allowing us to repurpose materials, art that we didn't even know that we had, that we didn't even see. So take a step back, because it's allowing us to what? To liberate ourselves. And we see that this is the smallest facet of reframe. In the back, we see that there, I wanted to call it clubs, but it's not clubs. It's more so foundation. And we see the foundation has 2 poles, east and west, and we see that we have additional 2 different poles, that's north and south. So how can we incorporate, you know, our desires emotionally, our desires mentally, socially, connecting, you feel me, our thinking abilities, and how can that be more in flow with our work health, our work-life balance, our spiritual growth and devotion, our understanding of life, our deeper awarenesses to really what's going on, and then to use the awarenesses, the consequences, the life obstacles, the life challenges to our benefit. This is like integrating different portions of puzzles into a puzzle and seeing that it's a different picture, but it was the picture that needed to be made nonetheless. So we see how this is so far away, and liberation gives us a little farther step closer. So maybe the liberation that we need is to take a break. Liberation of the mind, liberation of the body. Maybe we need to be more grounding in our body. And how can we do that? How can we allow our body to communicate more to us, to allow us to listen, to change our mindset? Because when we change our mindset, we are liberating ourselves from what was previously there, and to allow us to see a different perspective, the sunlight, the full picture. Liberation is a very small facet, but it incorporates, it impacts the all. So even though you liberate yourself, you're growing to liberate yourself, whether that is liberate your understandings of your foundations. That means the systems that you have built, maybe the values that you have built, maybe the previous purposes that you have, your previous goals, your previous understandings, and probably awareness and nurturing of yourself, self-love, the development of yourself, the development of family, how you define privacy and safety and security is changing. And it's asking us, well, how can we do the small steps to give ourselves the needed security that we need? When we're going through these steps, how can we give ourselves the safety that we need, the nourishment that we need? Currently, how can we currently ground ourselves when there is so much going on in the environment? And this is to take time to yourself, to come to yourself. Dragonflies, yellow butterflies are very important, whether you see it in dreams, whether you see it in movies, whether you see it in books, whether you see it in pictures, whether you see it online, whether you see it anywhere. They are very important. They are letting you know that to continue going down that path of liberation, of honoring yourself, of nurturing yourself. Because when you nurture yourself, you nurture your environment. You nurture better in relationships. You nurture better systems and foundations that you're bridging for yourself, but for your upcoming family, for the upcoming generations, for your values, for your own independence. Independence means, you feel me, you've grown an awareness to yourself. To yourself. Alrighties. So, yeah, I love that. I love that. Wow. I am so tickled. All right, you all need to come on over to the Playful Platform or Patreon, because this month, I'm not going to try to speak too much, but this is the monthly card. It talks about seeing owls and being humble and being trusting in the process. Trust your process. Trust your plan. Trust your abilities. Trusting in the divine. Making sure and incorporating devotion, worship, honoring. Because you didn't get here by yourself, baby. But what I really was trying to say is that this month it was saying, you know, be aware of the owl. You feel me? The owls are like messengers, but like they're observant. They're being very observant. Be observant. Be observant. Be observant. Be observant. Okay? We're going to be observant this week. Okay. And I wanted to do, since there's a new moon this week, Mercury is in the pre-shadow phase of retrograde. There is a lot And we're not going to be fixing our mindset, right? Right. Okay, just making sure. All right, you all. Thank you. All right, so let's pull a card for this week. A self-care card. What is going to assist us as we are moving this week? Thank you. Period. Incorporate a beauty ritual. That's that self-care. How can you nourish yourself? And when you find out how you're going to nourish yourself, let's incorporate that. Probably not, if you don't want to start out every day, probably every third day. Okay. Okay. Yeah, listen to your body. Yeah, really listen to your body. Ask yourself how can you be more nourishing of yourself. Nourishing of your body. Nourishing of your confidence of yourself, your understanding of yourself, your inner strength. And this is really a paying attention to your body, listening closely to your body and what is it saying to you. And this is also how can you use, I wanted to say holistic medicine, but if this is a really good time to get, holistic readings, understandings, growth to yourself, maybe if you want to be practicing yoga, this is a really good time to pick that up. But yeah, this is a really good time to ask yourself, how can you deeper nourish yourself? Maybe warm foods are going to be very important. Teas are very important this week. Maybe our nerves are really antsy, so let's drink some tea. In my head, it immediately told me to say peppermint tea. So let's incorporate peppermint tea more. And that peppermint tea is also going to allow us to tap more into our intuition and tap more into our sensitivities, our body sensitivities. Yeah. Look at that. Ground yourself finally came up. I love it. And it says clear your energy field. That's that. It's a lot going on in the environment. Okay. All right. Is there anything else that they need to know? Is there anything else? All right, y'all. Well, I think that is it. Okay, everyone. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your week. Have a wonderful new moon. The new moon notes are going to be posted on Patreon. So come on over. All right, you all. I will see you all later and be safe.